Alright, that takes care of loyalty mission number 2.
Yes?
Anything new to talk about? No.
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
But there's one more unresolved matter here on Citadel, which is the forged ID we found while trying to track Sidonus. We need to find someone who might be able to use that, and I have a hunch they might be over here.
I can't believe these humans. No fly lists? What did they turn this place into?
They don't show up until after Thane's loyalty mission, or I'm not entirely sure what the condition is, but I'm pretty sure that if you do things in the order I'm doing them in, they wouldn't have been here if I had gone here after Garrus's mission. But they're here now.
I overheard you talking. Having a problem?
It's a private matter.
Give me a chance. I might be able to help.
I don't see why you would. Since your kind gained a seat on the council, they've taken over CSEC customs. There are hundreds of new security checks and travel restrictions. We've been flagged as a potential risk for Geth infiltration. They won't let us board a ship back to Asari space.
Now we can just give him the forged IDs, but there's actually a way to solve this without using the forged IDs, even though you can't actually initiate this mission before you find them.
Why would they consider you a risk? You're obviously not Geth.
I don't know. They wouldn't tell us. We got on a list somewhere for some reason, and they won't tell us anything because it's classified.
Well, the customs officer, as you can find out, like I said, later in the game, and I'll probably have to do this after we finish the main part of the game, and the customs officer isn't exactly good at recognizing Geth.
Who won't let you board a ship?
I don't know who made the decision. Some pencil pusher at the shuttleport told us. The one outside the CSEC station?
Okay, so now we know who to talk to, and the option to give them the forged IDs is gone.
I'll see if I can get it sorted out.
I'm not holding my breath.
Well, you don't have to. You just have to wait here. Let's see if we can improve their opinion of humans a bit. Still don't understand why this hallway has a window into the investigation rooms, into the interrogation rooms.
You'll have to wait for the next shuttle. Can I help you, sir?
I talked to a couple of Asari. They say customs won't let them leave the station, but they weren't told why. Can you help me out?
I'm sorry, sir, but all matters related to station security are classified. We can't risk Geth infiltration. Revealing why someone is on a watch list might compromise the safety of CSEC's undercover agents.
Did you talk with them? Did they seem like Geth agents to you?
Well, no, but you can never be sure.
Look, miss, I've fought hundreds of Geth. I can assure you that those two aren't Geth infiltrators. The lack of flashlight heads was kind of a giveaway.
I'm not saying it makes any sense. Those are the rules I have to enforce. I can't get them cleared, but I can flag the case file for review. That will allow them to travel in the meantime. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Good, that seems to take care of it. And besides, there's another reason why we know that they aren't Geth infiltrators. Geth do not infiltrate.
I'm fine. Thanks for your help.
Next?
If you don't know what I'm referring to, don't worry with that particular remark. Unless you've played this game and done the one thing that I'm referring to here, you wouldn't know.
So?
Good news. I convinced them to let you go.
You what? How did you do that?
I explained how their methods are flawed. I fought a lot of Geth in my time.
Few have. How unexpected. We should get ready to leave. There should be another ship heading to Thessia tomorrow.
Okay, and apparently they gave us 1,000 credits for that. How nice of them. And that concludes our business on the Citadel. So, time to return to Normandy. Where, of course, we will have people to talk to. Alright, well, we got a whole bunch of upgrades, so we should at least deal with that. Let's talk to Kelly first.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Good luck, Uncle
Really?
Shepard.
Nothing? I think we may have missed one of Joker's comments by not going back to the Normandy in between.
Commander,
No, apparently he doesn't even have a comment about these two missions.
I assume everything is going well up here?
good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
We have reached a point where really few people actually still have things to say. Except, of course, for those people whose loyalty mission we've just finished. We haven't finished Mordin's yet. We'll get to that soon enough. We did find quite a lot of upgrades. And of course we unlocked a few by buying upgrades as well. We got Heavy Pistol Critical. Squad bonus. Heavy pistols sometimes deal double damage. Upgrades the heavy pistols and hand cannons of your entire squad. Normandy scientists have prototyped a modification to the traditional smart targeting module commonly incorporated into high-end weaponry. While this technology is commonly used to compensate for wind and recoil, it was adapted to slightly deflect rounds to strike a more vital part of an enemy. Interesting. We also got heavy pistol damage on this last mission. We got sniper headshot damage. Sniper rifles deal plus 50% headshot damage. This bonus affects the entire squad, including me, of course, when I'm using sniper rifles. Normandy scientists have prototyped a modification to the traditional smart targeting module commonly incorporated in heavy weaponry, iron weaponry. This seems to be the same description as for the pistols. And sniper rifle damage, 4 out of 5. And shotgun, we need one more shotgun damage upgrade to unlock that. And hard shields is apparently unlocked by something we bought. Shepard shields take 20% less damage. Cerberus has achieved limited success in studying Geth shield technology. Its scientists don't completely understand why, but it seems Geth shields are not as vulnerable to incoming projectiles. A breakthrough is imminent, however, and it's possible to make a modified Mass Effect field generator that mimics this technology. Okay, well, whatever works. And that's all we can do for now, of course, yes. I want that one, just to get the blinking green light turned off. I don't know why I bother, because it will just turn back on again. No point talking to Mordin. Let's see if Jacob has anything more to say.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
I'm good, Shepard. Ready for anything. We live, we'll get loud, and spill some drinks on the Citadel.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Okay, I guess that means we've reached the end of his conversation line as well. I doubt they still have anything to say. No? I'll keep trying regardless. Samara probably still has some things to say to us.
Shepard,
Anything new?
there is something I've wanted to tell you. I've done many things in my lifetime. I thought the galaxy held nothing new for me. Since joining you, I've realized how much more there is.
What do you mean, exactly, by that?
You must have seen many things in your years of travel.
As a maiden, I served as a mercenary. I fought tyrants and pirates. I experienced everything the galaxy has to offer. As a Justicar, I saw parts of Asari space few know about. I destroyed villages and saved cities. I even fought a Spectre.
You fought a Spectre?
Why did you fight a Spectre?
A Taurian named Nihilus.
Ooh, we know
He
him.
may have been on council business, but I witnessed him kill an unarmed civilian. Following the code, I attacked.
When we met, I witnessed you kill a merc who had no chance against you.
That mercenary was armed, and I offered her a way out. She chose to ignore it.
Nihilus seemed like an honorable Turian, and a good Spectre.
He may have been. However, killing unarmed civilians is wrong.
How did the fight turn out?
I had the advantage, but he was good. He returned fire and tried to run. We played cat and mouse in the wilderness for 2 weeks. It was exhilarating. Finally, he created a situation in which my only options were to let an innocent die or pursue him. The code compelled me to save the innocent, and he escaped. I admire how he adapted and used my code against me.
That's good, I guess.
What have your years as a Justicar been like?
Mostly tedium and hardship. Traveling on freighters, wandering through rural areas, rooting out injustices, big and small, putting down corrupt officials. When I arrive in a remote area, individuals often approach me with matters of justice. My judgment rarely turns out the way they hope.
How do you pay for transportation between worlds?
Asari captains often welcome Justicars. We reduce pirate attacks. One raid was called off when the pirates were able to verify that I was aboard.
Nice perk, I guess.
Why would you destroy an entire village?
I tracked Morinth to a remote colony world. She'd perverted an entire town, making them worship her and bring young Asari as sacrifices. When I arrived, she fled, throwing her minions at me in waves. They bought her time with their lives. When it was done, only small children remained. I left them in the authorities' care and continued my pursuit.
What was being a mercenary like?
I was a young, impulsive maiden who discovered her talent for combat. I reveled in it, until the day my troop was hired to guard a mysterious shipment on its way to some clandestine drop-off area. I discovered the shipment was slaves, to be traded to the collectors for advanced technology.
You supported the slave trade?
In my foolish youth, I'd certainly engaged in questionable practices, but never anything patently unjust. I demanded that we turn around. My mates disagreed. After they were dead, I brought the ship around. The collector craft was just arriving. They closed faster than I could flee. Fortunately, we were close to the mass relay. I got through, and they did not pursue.
What did you do with all the slaves?
I lectured them on the virtues of strength and defending oneself. Then I distributed the armor, weapons, and credits of my dead colleagues, and released the captives on the Citadel.
Okay, I wonder how that turned out. How they made on after that.
We're not done with this yet.
I am sure. It will be my honor to be by your side at the end.
You think we're all gonna die?
You've assembled a powerful group, but we are fighting an unknown. I am ready for whatever comes, but I do not fool myself about our chances.
We'll finish this mission, and live to see the end.
I hope you are right.
So do I, for obvious reasons. Let's see about Thane, how he's holding up after the reunion with his son.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Very well. I had been recording a message for Kolyat.
How are things going with him?
It is difficult. All things worth keeping are. I never explained. I suppose the story of my wife's death took you by surprise.
I figured you'd explain to me when you were ready.
I appreciate your patience. I kept my work clear of our home life. I assumed that would be enough to protect Erica. That memory I mentioned before. Laser dot trembles on the target's skull. The smell of spice on a spring wind. Sunset, eyes defiant in the scope. That was Erica. That was how I met her. She saw my targeting laser as she walked by and threw herself in the way.
So how did she go from blocking your shot to having your children?
I had to meet her. The memory possessed and endowed me. I fell on my knees before her, begged her pardon. She introduced me to the world beyond my work. Eventually, she forgave me. Later, she loved me.
I guess she impressed you.
She woke me up. Her body trembles, not fear. Indignation. Her mouth moves. How dare you? You and I trained to sacrifice ourselves to save others. How often does a civilian step in the way of a bullet to protect someone they've never met? I thought she was the goddess Hirashu. She met my eyes through the scope, and my purpose faltered.
When you talked to Kolyat, you said she died.
I let myself become complacent. I thought Erica and Kolyat were safe. I stayed away too long, and my enemies came for her.
Who came for her?
Batarians, a slaver ring that was preying on Hanar outer colonies. I'd killed their leaders. They paid the Shadow Broker to find out who I was. But they were afraid of me, so they went after her.
You told Kolyat that you hunted her killers down.
Erica woke me up. When she passed, I returned to my battle sleep. My body hunted her killers, murdered them. I was taught to grant death quickly, cleanly, to minimize suffering. I let them linger.
I don't think that's something you should share with Kolyat.
Erica helped me carry my burdens. With what time I have left, I must help him with his. I haven't spoken about my wife, and I don't think I ever have. I didn't have anyone left to tell it to.
Thane, the worst thing is to face death with regrets. You're part of my crew, and I consider you a friend. If there's anything I can help you with, just ask.
I've never been part of a team. Assassins tend to be solitary. I'm learning the virtues of facing death with others at your side. It's a work in progress.
Well, glad to see he's doing okay. And hopefully he'll find some solace in whatever friendship we can offer him. Thane is actually a romance option for Femshep. Kind of a strange one, considering you're romancing someone that you basically know is going to die very soon.
Hey, Shepard.
Do you have any comments to offer on our recent missions?
I'm glad to hear Thane and his son are back in touch. It'll be hard, but I think they'll be fine. I'm not really sure what to do with myself. Not much call for thievery aboard a ship.
Nothing about Garrus, it seems. 'Cause I think if you don't talk to her, the line will still come up later. So I don't think we missed it. But anyway, who knows?
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Well, that was as expected. Garrus, however, let's see how he's dealing with the fact that we didn't let him kill Sidonis.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Sure, just killing time anyway. I wanted to thank you again for your help with Sidonis. Whatever happens with the Collectors or the Reapers or whoever else comes after us, I know you'll get the job done.
You actually think we'll find something worse than Collectors or Reapers?
I like to expect the worst. There's a small chance I'll be pleasantly surprised.
I couldn't do this without you, Garrus.
Sure you could. Not as stylishly, of course. It's strange going into a suicide mission on a human ship. Your people don't prepare for high-risk operations the way Turians do.
I thought you'd be used to high-risk operations on human ships. I mean, think about tracking Sarah to Ilos.
Sure, but that was quick. We raced out, landed, blew up some geth, and saved the galaxy. This time we've got Miranda and Cerberus and that AI all telling us what we're up against. I think I preferred blind optimism.
Yeah, we seem to have more time to dwell on the hopelessness of the situation this time.
Honestly, Garrus, what do you think our chances are?
Honestly, the Collectors killed you once, and all they did is piss you off. I can't imagine they'll stop you this time. But an unmapped area, advanced technology, and the Collectors. We're going to lose people. No way around that. Not a happy analysis, I know. Don't worry. I won't spread it around. And I'm with you regardless.
We'll see about that.
Do you ever regret leaving CSEC or the Turian military?
Not for a minute. When it comes down to it, Shepard, I don't think I'm a very good Turian. When a good Turian hears a bad order, he follows it. He might complain, but he knows his place. I just don't see the point in staying quiet and polite. Not when the galaxy is at stake.
How do Turian crews get ready for high-risk missions?
With violence, usually. Turian ships have more operational discipline than your alliance, but fewer personal restrictions. Our commanders run us tight, and they know we need to blow off steam. Turian ships have training rooms for exercise, combat sims, even full-contact sparring. Whatever lets people work off stress.
You mean Turian ships have crewmen fighting each other before a mission?
It's supervised, of course. Nobody's going to risk an injury that interferes with the mission, and it's a good way to settle grudges amicably. I remember right before one mission, we were about to hit a Batarian pirate squad. Very risky. This recon scout and I had been at each other's throats. Nerves, mostly. She suggested we settle it in the ring.
I assume you took her down gently?
Actually, she and I were the top-ranked hand-to-hand specialists on the ship. I had reach, but she had flexibility. It was brutal. After 9 rounds, the judge called it a draw. There were a lot of unhappy bettors in the training room. We ended up holding a tiebreaker in her quarters. I had reach, but she had flexibility. More than one way to work off stress, I guess.
Okay, that's about all I need to hear about that.
Thanks for the talk, Garrus. I'll see you later.
Sure thing.
And also, as I already mentioned before, Garrus is also a romance option for FemShep. Which would be interesting, I guess. Turians seem kind of pointy to me. Do I even have a reason to go down to engineering? Because Tali will only repeat the conversation we had last time from now on. Which gives you an opportunity to break off the romance if you so desire. But of course I don't, so we don't really need to go through that again. Jack obviously doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Grunt, we still need to do his loyalty mission, so we can't talk to him, and Zaid probably has nothing new to say.
Shepard, I was just waxing goddamn nostalgic.
Yeah, that's all you do.
Doesn't matter who you are. You got a gun in your face, chances are good you'll do what the other man says. Only 2 types don't buckle at that point. Trained killers and psychopaths. A lot of people can't tell the difference.
He has nothing to say about any of the missions we've just done. And I think we got some new fish, so let's take a look at that. Got quite a few fish now, and they're all alive. This is quite in contrast to the first time I played this game. Because then I did not flirt with Kelly, so she couldn't feed my fish, and I hadn't quite gotten the knack of when to feed them myself. I didn't realize you had to do it between every mission. The difficult bit, like I said before, is with missions like we just did after Garrus's mission, we ended up on the Citadel. We didn't return to the Normandy. But if Kelly's not feeding your fish and you want them to stay alive, you have to go there and feed your fish before initiating another mission. Otherwise, they'll die. I think we also got a model of Sovereign. Indeed we did. And that's pretty full. We've actually... I think we got nearly everything. Seems to be one more spot in the top left. Well, there's one more hub world we haven't visited, so I guess we're gonna get a ship there. And everything else we've already seen. Did I get any new armor stuff? I might have. Yes, we got gauntlets. The offhand ammo pack, a simple but popular modification developed by the Elkos Combine and favored among mercenary groups and military personnel on active assignment, which increases spare ammo capacity by 10%. That's all nice and stuff. Health or shield regenerating delay. I think health might actually be more useful. Storm speed or health. Well, I'm definitely gonna go for health there. And you know I don't wear helmets. Despite the fact that I could also get health bonuses or things from that. I just don't like the way it looks. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we've actually run out of assignments, side quests to do, but there are still some DLC related missions that we can do, and next up we'll be dealing with Project Overlord.